All right, I'm gonna tell you the story on how I got fired in 3, 2, 1. What is up, YouTube? My name is Joseph Villagrassi. If you're new to this channel, welcome to my channel. Nice to have you here. In today's video, I am going to talk about the time I got fired. Yes, the time I got fired. Now, a little backstory about me is I'm a personal trainer, or I used to be a personal trainer until I got fired, but I used to be a personal trainer. I used to work full-time. I was the assistant fitness manager. I was helping running the team. I was actually the top salesman of the entire company. I don't want to say the company's name because, I'm going to start talking trash because, they made me hot. I'm not going to lie. This company pissed me off. Especially if you're a top performer, man, and then you just fire your top performer. Yo, that fucking hurts, yo. But anyways, before I get on to a little rant about that, let me tell you guys about my story. So, it all started with me just training my clients, and one thing I do, and I do take full responsibility of this, and one thing I do take full responsibility of is I had clients, and one client specifically was really early in the morning, and again, my fault. I take 100% of the blame or 100% responsibility of this. Is I would not book her at the correct time, and instead of just booking her at 7 a.m., which the time I trained her, I just book her at a later time. And I wouldn't clock in, so I'd still get credit later on when I would clock in for that time. And I just wanted to make my time, I guess my payroll a little bit easier, so I could just clock in at a certain time when I train my other clients. But that's basically what happened. And next thing you know, one manager of mine, she was super friendly with me, right? Like, she was just like, hey Joseph, how are you doing? Hey Joseph, buddy, right? And she was in new management. And oh my God, getting to this story really makes me upset because it feels like you just got backstabbed. The way I felt, it felt like I got backstabbed. Like, how do you feel when somebody is like all up in your face, like, oh yeah, how's it going? Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, she was nitpicking and she was trying to find bad reasons for you, and oh God, it's so frustrating now that I'm talking about it, but let me calm down. Namaste, let me calm down. Namaste. So she becomes buddy with me, right? And she asked me about the whole situation, and I told her, I was like, yo, hey, like, this is what happened. I wouldn't book it in the morning. I just book it at a separate time. And she was like, cool, I figured, like, that makes sense. I knew you wouldn't do anything bad or anything like that. And next thing you know, I'm sitting in the office, and my intuition, this is what my intuition was telling me. Your intuition is never wrong, by the way. If your intuition is telling you something, it's 100% right. Because in my head, in the back of my thoughts, I'm just like, dude, I think I'm gonna get fired. I think they're trying to find reasons to fire me. 100%, I was like, I think they're gonna fire me. I think they're gonna fire me. Next thing you know, I'm sitting in the break room with my coworker, Bruce, and the so-called manager, preppy manager, buddy manager comes and gets me and was just like, Joseph, hey, can you come to the office real quick? Like, I just need you to come in the office. I'm like, okay, cool. Walk into the office, and I told Bruce, this is so funny. I told Bruce, I was like, hey bro, I'm about to get fired. Like, very nonchalant, I'm about to get fired. And I go to the office, I sit down, next thing you know, they tell me to explain the situation. And the thing is, the person who actually fired me didn't even work for the gym. So I was like, who the fuck are you? And it's just like, the manager that was talking to me, I was like, oh, I don't even know who the fuck he was either. And next thing you know, the buddy manager switched. She acted like she did not know me as soon as I stepped into the office. I tried to talk to her, she threw the cold shoulder, and I was like, okay, a little weird. But next thing you know, they're like, hey, can you explain the situation? Explain my situation. Next thing you know, they already had my termination papers ready, and they already had my final paycheck ready. So, for one, they didn't even give me a warning that this shit was happening. And for two, their mind was finalized on firing me. So for one, my intuition was right. And it hurts because now I got backstabbed by upper management. And three, it's just like, playing victim, which I don't really do, but, it's just like, why did this happen to me? This is the same thing I learned from my father growing up. When I was growing up, the option is to make sure you have a good career with a good company and be a top performer, which my father was. And next thing you know, the company that he worked for laid him off. they laid him off. And it's just like, it taught me that before you, for whatever reason, it taught me that you can't rely on a job for income. 100%, you just cannot rely on a job for income because shit happens. It just 100% happens. A company can lay you off like what Tesla does, and it happens. So learning from him, I realized, I was like, dude, I need to create another stream of income, because if I don't do that, I'm fucking myself over. I'm really screwing myself over, because I have bills to pay, right? I have to pay off my car, I have to pay off subscriptions I have to pay for my coaches, I have to pay for mentorship, I have to pay for my online education. It's like, if I don't have the cash flow to do that, none of that shit happens. So one thing that I did while I was a trainer is I was building side streams and side skills. Me specifically, what I was learning was online marketing, drop shipping, and mastering my sales skills. And that's what I was focused on outside personal training. And then from building that up and learning that skills, I was able to have multiple streams of income, affiliate marketing. And when I got fired, it hurt. It hurt. It made me extremely uncomfortable, because that was something that was secure. That was something I could rely on. But you can't rely on it, and it's not secure. That's the thing. It's 100% not secure, and you can't rely on it. And I'm so happy that I built myself up with these side incomes. Now, I'd say the learning lesson of my story today is, do not rely on a job for money, and you need to have something on the side to have your back. Because, for example, for my dad, this is why I made sure I did this myself, is because as soon as he got laid off from the company, my family had to move out to a smaller 2-bedroom house with it's me, my brother, mom. Yeah, so, me, Chloe, Steven, Paul, mom, 6 people. Yeah, 6 people. Yeah, 6 people. I don't even know who the fuck is in my family. But 6 people to a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. We had to downsize like crazy. And we still live in that home, and obviously it's my job, my obligation for me to take them out that home. But I'm just saying, like, it affected my family so much. And I just knew in the future, I was like, I cannot be in this position. I cannot be in this position, because I seen how hurt my dad was. I mean, like, dude, that shit happened to me, and I was a top performer of the fucking company. So I was like, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody else. And that's the last thing I want, is for you out there, if you're relying on one job, if it happens to you, like, you have to be secure, you have to set yourself up for success. And that is having side businesses to carry your back, and just having multiple streams of income. And now I'll just go over some right now that you could go research and you can find. Starting a Facebook ad agency, Shopify dropshipping, affiliate marketing, Amazon FBA. It's just, there's so many things you can do. YouTube, Instagram growth, you could do so many stuff. And it's your job to make sure you learn those skills, because at the end of the day, a job, it's not secure and you can't rely on it. And one thing I do want to share though, is you don't want to jump straight into entrepreneurship. Because one thing I fucked up on was, before this, is I quit my job, because I was a cocky little arrogant kid. I quit my job, and I was just like, oh, I can do this. I watched some Gary Vaynerchuk videos. I watched some Tony Robbins videos. I was like, I can do this. Next thing you know, entrepreneurship slapped me in the fucking face so hard. I had $50 in my bank account. I was dead broke. I had to sell my car. It was terrible. So one thing you never want to do is, if you have these side businesses, make sure they actually have traction, to have something going on before you quit your job. Because you're gonna end up like me. 2 years ago, flat broke, I quit my job, I was a cocky kid, I went straight into entrepreneurship, got slapped in the fucking face, had to swallow my pride, had to swallow my ego, got a job again, was the top performer of the entire company, started taking less clients, and next thing you know, I got fired. But it was great, because in the meantime of that happening, I was building these side businesses. So when that happened, next thing you know, I still have this to fall back on, which I'm doing full time now. So for you, please don't rely on a job for security, because that shit is false. That shit is false. That shit is false. That shit happened to me. That shit happened to my dad. That shit happened to so many people I know. So please start something on the side for your own security, and build those skills, because they will save your life at the end of the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. Please leave a thumbs up. Actually, press it right now. Press it for the gang. Press it for the gang. And subscribe and leave a comment of how you feel, what content you want next. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.